this team. We played early because we both had buys, so we thought that.
Oh yeah.
So I am now watching Crazy 8 and Dieblauesau, who are warming up. Crazy 8 is a FIDE master. I was not aware of that, but Crazy 8 is from Israel. Dieblauesau is from Norway. Dieblauesau was Spurs on the free internet chess server. So has a lot of Bughouse experience. I'm not aware whether Crazy 8 played on the free internet chess server, but he seems to have played for a while as well. I think Crazy 8 was partnered with Caspi Israel in the Chess Played Quick event from 2 or 3 weeks ago. Chess Played Quick Bughouse, and they ended up finished in second. This is a nice move. Pick up the knight.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen Crazy 8 play, but my experience with him in the past is he's been like a typical like chess player who's good at Bughouse, but like Bughouse isn't their primary game. Like plays very chessy, but also like plays fast enough that they're not like a new chess player who doesn't understand how time works in Bug. Yeah, very chessy style from what I remember, but it's been a while since I've played him. King G8 here, and I think our partner can hold rook for us. Oh, we're down 15 seconds. Yeah, Cuban makes the correct decision. You have to block that. Well, knight takes f5. This looks sketch. This looks incredibly sketch.
Well, Crazy 8 is sit-in, which is the right thing to do, because the Dieblauesau needs to get a little bit of king safety. Okay, he's making one move, but now he's going to sit. He ought to sit. Because otherwise, like... yeah, knight at e2, pawn at g2, king takes.
2 more dags, yeah?
You need two dags to mate. And
so I'm a crazy person. I would actually go knight takes g2 here and then sit. Like, I mean, there's no reason not to take on g2, yeah?
Well, h4, or you could just take the bishop. Okay. He is playing your move.
Oh, he's gonna wait for pieces and counterattack, maybe. Yeah. Oh, that's a queen.
That is a queen. They're up 3 seconds.
And
by the way, one thing we should mention that the people can't see live, but we can see, is Cuban Fix has been spamming the chat with bishop, pawn, pawn, bishop, bishop, pawn, 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 bishop, pawn, pawn, pawn. And Anwar has been saying, time.
Yeah, the concept of time for sack sitters is very different from the rest of the world. Yeah, I wasn't calculating here, but I have to imagine that there was mate sooner than this. I mean, knight g takes e3 is mating.
So new knight at d2. I mean, pick up the queen at the cost of a knight.
I mean, queen takes d2. This also mates like a d2.
Oh yeah. This mates, but he didn't have to give the queen.
Oh, we traded the queen. All right, we haven't violated the
queen
laws
check. And actually, Dieblauesau is going to mate.
Don't say the checkmate from your partner. Don't be that guy. Okay.
Has been stolen.
Crazy worked very hard to get that checkmate. Dieblauesau stealing it from him there would have been unforgivable.
So just to so Todd is asking, are you ready for the match? Yeah. So to emphasize, the game we were watching was not right here. It's not a Bughouse World Championship match, but this is a team, Crazy 8 and Dieblauesau, who are about to play their match, scheduled for 6 minutes from now.
So we've got another 1 versus 3 matchup here.
And Todd is one of our organizers for the Bughouse World Championship. He and Sayaori are both online and ready to partner each other.
I wonder who's top board between those players, actually. Let's see. Sayaori is rated 2272, and Todd is rated, let's see, 2009. So matchups can be Sayaori against Dieblauesau and Todd against Crazy 8, which I think is the matchup that you want. Like, Todd is more of a sack-sitting player, and so you want him to be playing against a chessy player. And your game plan here is you hope that the chessy player gets really greedy and tries to take all the pieces and kills himself. But while Crazy 8 has a chessy style, it's not the kill yourself kind of chess. It's I know how to play Buckhouse, but I'm also very good at chess.
Go away saying Todd is criminally underrated, like Midnight
Oh,
Fox.
yeah. That's why I had to check which one of them was higher rated, because Todd's strength is definitely 2300, not 2009, as his current rating would suggest.
Yeah, he and I swapped ratings for some reason.
But you were also like historically one of those players who was rated like 2100 for no reason. I was like, why is this man here? Like, what? Every time I partnered with you, I felt like I was getting boosted.
I don't know. Just it's mostly when we were doing like fours, we had like just really bad matchups. But then every now and again, I would partner with Cabbage or Burritos, the gods of Bughouse, and suddenly everything changes.
Oh, lucky for the rest of us, Bughouse doesn't calculate your clean house rating, because you would be rated 9,000 in that game.
Man, if only we had an interface to play Clean House, that would be a championship I'd want to see.
Oh my god!
So for those who may not be aware of what Clean House is, the idea is to take all of the pieces on both boards.
And you're not allowed to checkmate. A checkmate is considered an instant loss for your team.
You only have to take all the pieces on one board, not both.
And Clean House is a lot of fun to play, especially when your opponents don't realize you're playing Clean House. So one team is playing Clean House, others playing Bughouse. The thing you have to watch out for, though, is often when you're playing Clean House and your opponents are playing Bughouse, when you are just one or two moves away from winning at Clean House, your opponents frustratingly will resign the game, preventing you from getting the Clean House mate.
Resign or lose on time is the
or lose on time, yeah. And if we were playing on the free internet chess server instead of chess.com, then there would be a remedy to that, which is more time and giving more time to your opponents. But that's much harder to do on chess.com.
So incredibly BM, and I love it.
Thank you for the follow from Tom Chess 1959. Really appreciate it. So this match should be starting in 2 or 3 minutes.
All right, predictions on match score.
If that is, we can actually do a prediction. That's something we haven't done, but we ought to be doing more of. I'm thinking of doing, since we have time, a real prediction. Okay, who will win this match? And let me go get the team names, so you all can bet channel points.
It might be better to do an over-under on wins, because I feel like who will win the match will be incredibly lopsided. But
so the beauty of predictions, though, is that your odds will scale. So you might bet 10,000 channel points on the Dieblauesau team, and someone may bet 1 channel point on the Todd team. And if Todd gets an update, then the 1 point would win 10,000 channel points. So this is gonna work out okay.
All right, get your predictions in, guys. We are underway.
I didn't check how long the prediction was, though, so that might have been a problem.
I don't think the intel of the results of this game will change anyone's opinion, though. Maybe if Todd and sayaori win,
this is fine. There's 3 minutes left to make the predictions, so you guys can see the first match, and that may influence you.
That is some quality sack sitting by Todd. I gotta respect it. Man, he's just giving everything away. Everything must go. That's just how Bughouse is played.
He is going all in with this accident. Unfortunately, he is down some time. So
in 20 pieces.
In general, I'm not in favor of this type of play, except for in certain matchups where you really think that your opponent won't be able to defend it. However, in this case, I do think that's the way that their match wins. Like, I don't think they win long games where they just grind out their opponents, because I think they're somewhat outclassed in terms of Bughouse strength. So maybe being a little more choosy with your stacks and not being as gung-ho would be better. But in general, like, the way they win this match is by Todd going ham and checkmating his opponent. Also, sayaori plays this h3 g3 setup. We'll see how well Dieblauesau can really try to get into it. This can be one of the more tricky setups to try and attack. Oh, pawn mates for Dieblauesau. Oh, they're up time though. But this is going to be so hard for sayaori to cover without pieces.
Oh.
Yeah, now
and
he's
that's
doing
just
it.
Doesn't even need the pawn.
Yeah, even if we didn't walk into mate there, that position's... I don't know how you defend that without a piece to drop with. But taking a piece to drop with also gives Dieblauesau another piece to attack with, so that one is just tough. Okay, here Dieblauesau's trying to attack the setup before he actually gets a chance to get castled. It looks like he's getting good play as a result.
Yeah,
I
he
would
could
just
always
take on F3.
sack the knight. Oh, but he's gonna
Or
drop
sit for a
pawn.
pawn at G3 also works.
Bishop at E3. I like. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
very nice, very nice.
This
On
is
takes.
already big trouble.
Oh,
I
knight
think
takes.
either
Oh,
capture.
that
Knight
works,
takes
that works.
very strong. Well, we have to take this with our rook, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, king h2. Oh, I like king h2, and if pawn g2, we go to h1.
Bishop takes f4.
Yeah, bishop
Oh.
takes f4 was stronger. I
That's
think that was
weird.
a miss. Okay, he plays it now king g2.
Oh, that's a nice move. So now you can take the bishop. Knight takes bishop. Double check.
Yeah, for free. Yikes.
Oh, he's looking at rook h2. Yeah.
But now queen takes rook, and I think he walks away from it, whereas he might not have previously.
It gets a little tricky for Todd, but honestly, you've got to be ecstatic for his... Oh, knight just mates Todd. Yeah, knight f6.
We're focused on the wrong board apparently. Our score's now 3-0, favoring Crazy 8 and Dieblauesau, and the prediction has run out. So the money's already in on the prediction.
Oh, h5. I like what I'm seeing on the Todd board here. Take on g6, yeah? So we've given up a piece here, but we also push c3 here.
Dieblauesau has a nice attack. A rook would mate for him, but he's
The
down
top one's
time.
bishop at
I can get it.
h4. Bishop isn't hard to get here. I'm definitely seeing, and bishop h4 isn't just about winning the queen, it also takes some pressure off of d2. Okay, he chooses to win the queen this way.
Oh,
which also is
that's very
fine.
smart. Although if he takes the queen, the rook now attacks f2.
Knight,
Oh,
very weak.
bishop at e3. What a
Knight-
class move.
knight takes knight probably is his best move.
Oh, yeah, I missed knight takes knight. Yeah, that would have saved things. My first instinct was actually just take on e3 and instantly ask my partner to sit.
So here a pawn does it mate? It looks really good. The bishop takes c3, and then I guess queen takes is possible, but bishop takes c3. The idea is, if the pawn takes, then pawn at d2 and knight at b2 is mate.
Maybe he doesn't want to leave his bishop from defending e7.
And now a pawn mates.
Yeah, this works. I will say pawn at d2 made it even without including bishop at c3.
Because
we have the same line.
You could
knight
actually
b3
play
and knight-
bishop takes and do the knight checks. Yeah, okay. All of that happened. Bring the bishop back.
Take the knight, maybe defending e7.
You think knight takes g5? Okay.
No, bishop takes g5 is what I would say, guarding e7 so that you're safe.
Oh, I see.
Queen comes.
And you're
Yeah,
you have to
that's
sit
a good
there, you have
threat.
time.
Okay. Nice mate.
Good
Crazy
decision by
8.
Crazy 8 and Dieblauesau not to set that down.
Oh, and we see the telltale sack from Todd.
This is a sack plus pre-moving all, so interesting combination. Okay, now we slowed down to sit for pawn at f2. We're up 3 seconds, which I agree with this decision.
Crazy 8 got a little greedy and took the pawn rather than defending.
Is Diablo's going to take the free knight on d2, or is he too scared?
I mean, I think he's sitting because he's worried about his partner. Like, pawn at f2 doesn't immediately kill them, but it's one of those situations where it's like, why give them that if you don't have to? But the time's close enough that they probably do have to just give it to them.
Yeah, I would just take the knight. We're gonna see knight takes c6, I assume, to go for the queen.
I think we start with queen g4. We want to get rid of that pawn near our king, and after they defend g6, then we can take on c6. So Dieblauesau is very aggressive. He might be thinking about some like bishop h3 or something. I would just take the knight on d2, but he probably wants to look at a more aggressive line than this. Oh, okay, so pawn at f3. Yep, he wants to get in.
Oh,
Knight
not
e2.
fork. He could have forked him. Could have forked him. Get rid of that queen.
Todd's holding rook, so yeah, we can take the queen here. Rook doesn't come.
So
Knight
now
mates.
knight or rook mates.
But he's down a lot
Yeah,
of
but
time.
uptime, as long as they're coordinating here and Todd's sitting. Knight also might be good. Take this. And sayaori is a faster player on their team, so he's the one you want in this position because he's going to be able to defend quickly. Yeah, and now sayaori just gets safe and they play for Todd's board. I don't know about queen f3. Oh, rook doesn't come though. Yeah. Very nice. There was no rook to defend.
And now a knight or a rook.
Yeah, the knight's
mate.
trapped. Queen f1. I think in this situation you want to go first. You want to be the first team in the scramble. Yep, and so he's going in now. Full sack. Oh, okay. Excellent
Nicely
scramble
done.
coordination.
So this is not a sweep. Our score is now 4-1, favoring the Dieblauesau team.
So normally I'm happy to allow my opponent to just sack on these on f2 or f7 here because I don't believe in these types of sacks in this position. But for this specific match, I think when you outclass the other team and that's our only path to victory, I would actually just play Super Turtle as Crazy 8 here and just basically just bet that my partner Dieblauesau is going to outclass your partner in a long match, and I'm also going to outclass you in a long match as long as I'm safe.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, I thought knight takes bishop followed by bishop at d3 was a possibility.
Oh,
here.
yeah, that was strong. I mean, he still has this idea available to him. And knight takes c1 looks very crushing here, Chuck. Maybe knight c1, queen f2 is the idea.
Oh, Todd is now getting some counterplay.
Sayaori's sitting for blocker, but does he need to? What's wrong with king f8? Okay, he plays it anyways. Takes g2. Sayaori should be able to hold rook and the uptime. Yeah, Todd's not worried about rook at e1. I don't think you ever defend this unless the rook becomes completely imminent. I think here you actually play for Sayaori's board, so it'll be interesting to see Todd in this position of feeding his partner. He's doing it fairly easily enough because he's playing attacking modes and also getting trades.
Pieces in the process.
He's just downsizing his material. That's all.
So Sayaori, there are no imminent threats against your king, so you don't have to play checks here necessarily. Pawn d3 might be an interesting idea. Don't ask me what it does, but it is an idea of a move. Pawn d2, pawn at f2. Oh yeah, Sayaori is crushing
trying to
here.
vacate the square for knight at f7.
Yeah, this is really instructive to the players out there. If your opponent doesn't have direct threats against your king, you don't have to check them to attack them. Here we see Sayaori playing initiative moves that none of which are checks, and he's getting a crushing position. There's nothing Dieblauesau can do about it in response.
But is Sayaori, is that Raven, or am I thinking of someone else?
No, they have a similar picture,
Okay.
but Sayaori is not Raven.
Okay.
This match would be looking very different if Sayaori were Raven. Okay, Dieblauesau finds a way to take g2 with check. He's playing queen h6 here. I don't believe it does literally anything. Maybe he won't just because there's nowhere to defend afterwards. I lied. I should have trusted my instinct. He has no moves here.
Well,
there's mate. Crazy 8 is
so,
mate. Remember?
So it is mate, but Dieblauesau has to live for a shocking number of seconds here.
Knight at g3? I don't know. This
But the problem is, once he drops the knight on, he has no blockers for the back rank.
Yeah, so some combination. Maybe king c1, I think, is the move.
Yeah, then you
King
have
C1,
queen at
A3.
A1.
Queen A3. Oh, you had to play Queen A3 to stop him from running first. Never mind. I lied. I know how to play chess.
Our score right now is 4-2, favoring the Dieblauesau team.
Some life from the team of Sayaori and Todd. Those matches are always interesting to me, where we see one player who's a Saxon is attacking every match, where they're in a position where they're forced to feed their partner. And even though Todd ended up getting mated, he did get
I don't like that
Sayaori a
knight
lot
move.
of material.
Don't like that knight move because the knight defends. So Crazy 8 has sacked a bunch here.
Yeah, and doesn't seem to have many attacking prospects here. Okay, I don't think Diablos likes that queen. He's safe for now. That bishop is holding ground for now.
Queen F2, I don't think this does anything. I would have sat for like pawn at D3 and then just ask for no 2 knights so that my king is safe on here. Yeah, this just looks like a lot of trades that resulted in Dieblauesau's king getting safe, but somehow Todd's materialized initiative out of literally nowhere. So I guess the queen trade helped.
Queen takes queen. Is he going to play bishop D3? Yeah, okay. Block on E2. I guess he gets the queen back. That's the...
This is unnecessarily great.
Oh,
I guess he trades the queens. Queen takes queen, and then bishop takes queen.
Well, no, hang on a second. The queen takes C8 is a thing, right? He can't just ignore that.
Well,
no. Queen takes queen first, then bishop takes queen. So it's a 2-for-1 sale.
That's a good sale.
And Dieblauesau has every square colored. Oh, I don't like knight at D5. I would have rather blocked off that diagonal from the bishop. Like, even if there's nothing immediate, like we have long-term ideas of like knight F6, knight at G7 stuff. White also has the idea of maybe C5 in the position.
Maybe knight at H5 while he waits, or actually pawn at D7 first. Pawn at D7 first is better.
We can take this, and yeah, now you just say no knight. Oh, never mind.
Oh, does this mate? This got 2 queens.
I mean, it has to be, yeah.
Yeah, mate by assumption.
I mean, even queen at D6 should be mating with a couple of diags.
Yeah, or you could play queen at C5.
Oh, you sit here because does the queen mate a partner? Well, they sit here either way. I don't think Todd has enough to mate with the queen. Queen C7, king E8, queen takes C8. I mean, you have to start with queen C7. That diag mated partner. Bishop at C7 just mates.
Yeah. That is mate.
Wow. Yeah, you had to go bishop E D8. You couldn't block with the rook there. But I think he was safe at bishop D8.
So you're saying bishop D8, so then he would have had luft of king to E7?
Yeah. So that's a mistake at the end for Crazy 8, but that was poor coordination by Todd and Sayaori. Maybe Todd miscalculated and thought he had forced mate, but by going into that line, he actually gave the bishop that mated his partner while they were still up a couple of seconds. So very fortunate that they don't get punished for that there.
Look at the time difference already.
And that's a bit surprising to me. Dieblauesau isn't terribly fast, but he's by no means a slow player. And Crazy is also like relatively fast. Todd's finding a way to get initiative without having to sit for too long. Okay, I like this vision of King F2. Crazy 8 saying, I'm not going to be greedy this game, I just want to live.
He's gonna knight takes knight and then at E3.
Yeah, but I like
Todd and Sayaori
sitting here.
I mean, knight takes knight is check.
So trades don't instantly mate Sayaori, but this is a nice strategy. Like, you aggressively sit against a Saxiter so that they don't get trades to even enjoy their position. Although maybe they were sitting just because Todd wanted a piece on the knight. Yeah, I like this aggressive sitting.
Yeah, so now Todd, like a knight would be good for him.
Rook takes
Rook would be
f7,
good.
surely. Okay, he wanted to defend and not keep his partner waiting too long, but I definitely would have played rook takes f7.
So maybe rook at f2. Oh, pawn at f2 now.
Yeah, you don't care about
is,
losing any of this material. I'm even taking on f2 just to get my partner the knight. Yeah, so again, sitting here makes sense.
But Dieblauesau
Bishop
really
at f1?
needs to take the queen.
for sure.
I mean, if the queen just kills her partner, though, it's not worth it.
Yeah,
Even
but
if,
it doesn't.
then
Oh.
I mean, bishop f2. I feel like knights.
Oh, there's the rook. The rook mates.
Wow. Okay.
So we are all tied up. The people who bet on the underdogs might be winning a bunch of channel points here, because I think this is a very lopsided prediction. I mean, let me check the prediction again.
I just want to know how much you guys are sweating in chat. Tell me if you're about to lose your whole life savings.
So it is 1,200 channel points versus 20 channel points.
Look at Crazy 8 on a mission this game. He said, I got you, chat. I will not allow us to go out like this. He's just destroying his part out of the opening here.
Yeah, other people were not betting
feeling some pain.
So Dieblauesau has an amazing position here, but this game was won on the back of Crazy 8's work out of the opening. He got a crushing position material advantage that allowed Dieblauesau to get this crushing position.
Ooh, I liked bishop f4 because it would have guarded the background. Oh, but can't argue with mate. That was mate.
Crazy 8 said, chat, you're not losing your points. Not today. Oh, you sit no blocker here. You forced him to play G6.
But how are they
G6
already
isn't that bad
seconds?
though. What was that position?
How are they already up 7 seconds?
Is it speed and pre-moving, which sometimes are one and the same.
Also, maybe they just didn't communicate in time, because Crazy 8 was sitting for blocker and Dieblauesau sat before retreating his knight to G1, so maybe he thought he had to hold the piece as opposed to get a piece. Zuri sacks a piece for a pawn. I think we're up enough time that you didn't have to do this, so. Because after Queen G4, is Dieblauesau lagging? I don't know why he's not moving here. This time is going to be critical. Oh, he took the queen instead of taking the bishop there. I don't know about that one. I feel like the queen is unlikely to make a difference for Crazy 8. Like, he just wants low trades and to live here. Yeah, rook takes, queen takes. Good decision.
At a6 for Diablos? Go for it, man.
I think Todd's going to have to back off a move. Yeah, his opponent's too safe. Bishop at d8. d1 makes sense. We cover c2.
They still have a 4-second advantage.
Crazy 8 can force queen, but it won't be in time. So queen
takes
takes
7. Ooh,
nice.
That's overwhelming.
You can take the knight even.
Oh, that's over.
Yeah, any blocker you take trades a queen, which is going to mate your partner.
Our score is now 6-4. Favor and Crazy 8.
When Crazy 8 was maybe texting someone while he was playing, there was, oh my god, it's 4-4. I need to actually wake up and start playing. Otherwise, we're going to lose.
Todd moving a little too quickly there, hung the pawn on e5, and I think that's a really important pawn in this position. In this opening, he gave a piece out of the opening for active play against the king, but losing that pawn makes Crazy 8 king safe and also gives up more material in addition to the piece that you lost. So this is looking really good for Crazy 8 and Dieblauesau.
Yeah. Oh, knight takes h2? I wonder if he's going to go for that.
No. Oh, Dieblauesau promotes on b8. Beautiful. And rook's coming. Take that rook for partner. Never mind.
Mate.
Oh, that's absolutely crushing. Oh, dear.
Yeah, queen takes, rook takes. With the double
checkmate.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
Dieblauesau
I wanted that to
woke
be
up.
one of the bounties in the Chess Played Quick, that double checkmate, because their bounties were kind of garbage.
They're gonna take the bishop here? No.
Hey, Swole. And hey Logozar. Sorry I didn't recognize your chat before. Thanks for watching, guys.
So this is 1 seed versus 3 seed? Wow.
So the early matches actually looked very like it didn't look like Sayaori and Todd were winning by flukes or just like getting very lucky in scrambles, but
Wait, bishop
Dieblauesau and
F5.
Crazy look a different team. They have just turned on the afterjets and they said, "Okay, I'm awake. This match is over." Knight takes f2. Okay, castle's first. That's reasonable. Now we take on f2. Take the rook like a greedy whore. Yes, I approve.
Well, he has like a million pieces, so he can afford. And Todd barely has anything.
Bishop e6, so you can say that you played a check, and then you.
Hey, that's all you can hope for.
Sayaori's just chess.
Not even blocking. What a boss.
Oh, knight, or no, never mind. Knight guarded d6.
I'm going to go king takes on a second. So I want to go king takes because after queen g2, I want to go pawn at g6, and I wanted my queen aiming at the h5 square.
Hey, full play chess.
Everything was in position. Whoa! Crazy
Wait,
eight. Rolling
Where
out
did that
the
rook
rook.
come from?
So Crazy 8 immediately getting Todd out of book with a rook lift. But a7 is weak whenever you do a rook lift. So pawn at a7 could be a thing.
Yeah, I don't know if Todd will be as familiar with the ideas in this opening, though. I don't like the decision to change things up out of the opening here when you guys are comfortably winning the last few games in this opening. Maybe it'll pan out, though. Like, maybe Todd is just unprepared for this.
Well, it looks like
It
this
has
last
slowed
game-
him down.
He does seem unprepared. So knight takes c2 could be a thing.
Queen takes pawn check
Queen
also.
takes first, followed by the knight check, I assume.
Oh.
Yeah, king f2 seems accurate. We want to hide it.
takes
Oh, but it's
bishop?
knight takes
Oh my
g3. No. Oh, maybe this was not accurate.
This is not the way.
All right, so Crazy 8 is saying, "Shut up, Snicks. I know what I'm doing," and he appears to be right.
To be fair, we all say that.
I would play knight takes h1 and then knight takes the other rook.
All right, so he's sitting for a blockade that will never come. What a boss. Dieblauesau said, "I could sit for a knight to mate you, but I'm just going to play pawn d2. And what are you going to do? Oh, you're going to check me? That's cute. Defend checkmate now. Or are you going to play knight g6 and then also get mate in one? Oh, you thought that this line saved you? You thought that I didn't have pawn at c7?
So it's great that we can get insight into the inner monologue of one of the players, channeled through Scared Snakes.
Yeah, me and Dieblauesau are on that psychic connection.
Okay, so just to clarify, one team won 4 games, then the next team won 4 games, then the next team won 5 games.
So the final score is 8-4. Wait, no, that's not.
Yeah, it's 9-4.
It's 9-4.
9-4. 9-4.
It's over.
Okay. Favoring Crazy 8.
Diablo said he's sleep deprived.
Oh, he said this ain't even my final form. Oh, nah. Well, watch out, everyone in the group. You don't want that smoke of Dieblauesau at his final form.
So thank you for the sub from Radon 4Player Chess, who's recently changed his username on Twitch. Do we have any other BWC matches coming up here? I don't see any more on the schedule. So there've been a lot of matches not scheduled. Like the first match we covered here, the Midnight Fox match, by an organizer no less, was not on the calendar.
Oh, this would be a good time to announce the extension for this week.
Oh, yeah. So there is going to be an extension of matches not played yet till Tuesday because the holiday weekend with the U.S. players for Thanksgiving trips some people up with scheduling. And are we going to message our groups directly, I guess?
So there's been a public post on Discord and on chess.com. So If the arbiters have time, they'll message it, but it's gonna be the player's responsibility to have seen those posts and know about the expansion. But
Okay.
hopefully we can get the arbiters to be able to message their groups. I'm just not sure if everyone will be available.
So it's time to pay out our prediction. Choose
Well,
outcome.
thanks for having me on, Chuck. It was a pleasure as always.
Crazy
It was so good seeing you, Fuzz. I'm gonna head out. You guys have a good one.
Have a good one.
We can try, but without a snakes.
Grind. We'll be contacting you directly about that. I did see they said that, but I mean, first of all, that they weren't aware that there was more time to schedule it. Anyway, thank you so much to Scary Snakes and the Physician for joining me in the commentary booth.
Anytime, buddy.
And I think we're gonna look for someone to raid at this point. I need to pick up some food anyway. Looks like we have Cha Cha Chess playing again, so that's a possible raid. Let's check to see who's in the chess category real quick. My Smog, I don't have a poem ready for you, unfortunately. Let's see. So I don't see any variants except for Cha Cha Chess. I think we're gonna raid Cha Cha Chess. No poem, sing a beautiful song. The poem is more likely than the song. And if I gave you a poem, it would probably be a form of roses are red, violets are blue, or a dirty limerick of some sort. But I don't know one off the top of my head. We're going to send you guys to Cha Cha Chess, who streams 4-player chess. Thanks again to Radon for the subscription, who hit the 1 year mark. Great to have your support. And I support Radon as well. And we're going to give some love to another 4-player chess streamer, Cha Cha Chess. So I've been covering the Bughouse World Championship. If you haven't dropped a follow, please follow me to get notified of future Bughouse streams, especially Bughouse World Championship coverage. But in addition, I play 4-player chess, which is another chess variant involving 4 people. And Cha Cha is playing that right now. It's a lot of fun, and he is one of the top players on the 4-player chess server at Free For All. You should definitely drop him a follow. You should really follow Radon as well. Let me give Radon a shout out before we end here. Shout out Radon for PC. Drop a follow for him too. I will try to. I don't see any other matches on the calendar for tonight. If more things come on the calendar, maybe I'll cover those. We'll try to cover some matches tomorrow and Tuesday. And I will see you guys another day. Have a great afternoon. Bye.